Now let's see what this mysterious location might hold for us. So we can go to the left, we can go to the right, we can go straight ahead. What would be the safest thing to do? Probably not going here, considering we'll run into a fight. Now, what are our combat options? We have a sword, which has a few attacks. It has a swing, a lunge, a heavy swing, and a reposition in case we are knocked down. Now from the two elements we've picked, we got spells, we can repair radiation, and then we have particle radiation as an actual attack. Gravity, we can put pressure on enemies. Basically what I'm saying is it's actually a fairly elaborate combat system. See, now here's the interesting thing. When I first played this game, I thought, I'm just gonna play this for the story. I'm just gonna put it on the lowest difficulty and brute force my way through it. And it worked up to a point, and then it stopped working and I got stuck because it turned out I was very underleveled for the part of the game I was in, and I never paid any attention to actually building my character. And I suppose this playthrough I'm doing for YouTube now is sort of my way to make up for that. And so far it seems simple enough. Say, how about we have a look at the menu? Here's our inventory. Got a healing potion, a minor mana potion, self-explanatory, a bitter candy which permanently increases our HP, and the 2021 fall candy and the 2022 summer candy, which I reckon are for like bonuses you get just for buying the game. Something like that. Weapons, we don't have much to choose from, armors neither, and neither do we have key items. Items. And neither do we have key items. To abbreviate it. So we got our abilities. There's erudition. I don't recall what that was. Equipment, well, also not very much to choose from, have we? Not yet, at least. Our status. Our stats. This is where we learn new skills by spending our AP on them, which is very interesting indeed. 2 turns, 90% magic DOT, better radiation. I think what I have is this quarter life. Now let's not talk too much about those skill names. Anything else we want to learn? We might want to put some points into spell haste, efficiency, intimidation, balance. Well, evasion is fairly self-explanatory, isn't it? Intimidation sounds like it might come in handy. And while we're here, we might also learn some sword skills. Although, of course, there are items, by which I mean, well, weapons, other than swords in this game. So I'm not sure if we are well off investing into that right now. But considering a sword is all we have, let's just go for a shield bash. Maybe Sunder. And why not the Fire Strike? Anything more we can afford. Technically, I guess, but I suppose we can leave it at that for now. Some more money, I'll take it. Some more enemies, I would rather not take them. This is a dead end. $22 currency units. Tech 4, Divine Tower offline. Now you might be like, wait a minute, there was no tech skill. Yeah, you upgrade that through other methods. We'll get there when we get there. So, Accursed Land. Are we playing by Pokemon rules? Can we do additional damage to it using fire? Well, this seems to be a bit tougher. How does our particle radiation work on it? Comparatively not that badly. Of course it has a cooldown, so... No, it's a plant. I don't take it that we can knock it down. No, we can. Never mind. If we lunge at it now that it's down... What'll that do? It'll do a bit of damage. And then we're out of stamina, so we better guard. I mean, this undeniably does damage. But I feel like all we can do right now is to basically try to whittle it down. Miss. Maybe take that healing potion. As much as I would like to save it up. And while we're at it, yeah, lowering defense doesn't sound too bad, doesn't it? No, still not doing a whole lot of damage, don't I? Do I? Boy, I'm gonna die here. I'm fairly sure of it. You know, your accuracy actually decreases the lower you're on health. Yeah, this is kind of how I expected this to go. Perhaps we are not quite prepared to go down there yet. Now, the first encounter we could handle just fine, but there are obviously more dangerous foes down there. Now, before we try that again, why don't we have a look around the town? Meet the card freak. Okay, I'll take it. A minigame, that's what those are for, aren't they? No sir, I haven't, and I'm not particularly planning to. Good to know. Sure, I'll take your word for that. Playing cards. The pillars. I do not care. Like, that is the sort of game I consequently ignore in everything I play. Well, other than Gwent in Witcher 3, I suppose. For some reason I actually learned to play that. And the crazy part is I even enjoyed it. At the edge of the world there is no sunlight. Like, literally nothing. How things aren't frozen is beyond me. I mean, it's not even that cold. Don't worry about it. Indeed it does. Which, yeah, this game does have health regen. Which is something that is not exactly common for RPGs, as far as I'm aware. Thank you for telling that to me about myself. That you are. Commander reigns in Northern Catis. You aren't into military work, but are you into mercenary work? Sure. So this game has a lot of side content. What it does not have is a quest log. I believe it used to have one at some point. But they patched it out. It kind of went against the way the developer wanted people to play this game. So you want to keep track of that sort of thing, you're gonna take notes manually. Oh, it's a cat. I don't think I like that cat. Another thing this game has: a great many attempts of comic relief. I think it's highly dependent on your personal opinion on whether you think they land very well. Yeah? Well, that doesn't bode well. Excavations of both mines, okay. Yes. Oh. North of Catus, while a much smaller one is east. Having a conversation. Probably better that way. Yes. That's fine. I'm happy they're here. I would be even happier if I just had a way to save whenever I want. But no, this game is all about save points. So yeah, maybe it wouldn't be too bad to actually learn about the combat before we engage in it. In order for some skills to fully work, some common sense is required. For example, this arm can't lower the enemy's attack if the enemy has no weapon in the first place. Nor can hamstring lower their dexterity if the enemy has no legs. So yes, there are a lot of those contextual aspects to this game's combat that in some cases you just kind of have to intuit, and in many cases it is possible to do so. Some of them will seem quite arbitrary though. They say books contain all the information in the world. Perhaps you should read a few. Always good advice. Status Encyclopedia. All elements have an effect attached to them. Today we will talk about fire, ice and lightning. 10% magic damage burning. 10% magic damage over time. Removes freezing and frozen. 3 turns. Freezing. Minus 10% dexterity, evasion and counter. Doubles chances to freeze and removes burning. 3 turns. Frozen, cannot move. Rare. Paralyzed, cannot move. Uncommon, must have nervous system. That would help, wouldn't it? Earth, wind and water. Knock down. Well, that is something we can do. Minus 25% defense and attack. Minus 50% evasion and counter. Minus 75% dexterity and luck. Plus 100% damage taken. So definitely something that will come in handy. Powerful physical attacks all can knock down targets. Well, we have the physical way to do so. Dependent on size of the target, stability of the target and its shield. Dispel, while water can knock down and is rare. Its primary elemental effect is dispelling enemy and dousing enemies with water. Can dispel all elemental buffs, excluding water, ice and holy. Wet. Greater resistance to fire. Greater resistance to whatever those are. Double chance to be frozen and paralyzed. Dark and Holy. Curse. Minus 10% spirit, luck and healing. That is something you don't want. Holy provides no bonuses. It is the only way to remove dark debuffs. Some weapons have unique abilities. Cheap Shot, which can stun a melee enemy for 1 or 2 turns. That's what it does. You think you could do that with all weapons? Or need be your legs? The rest is self-explanatory. Great. I'll take your word for it. Stamina drain affects the lungs. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Cured by wind spells. Not as self-explanatory. Mana Stop affects the soul. Cured by water and holy spells. Holy I can see, water... Sure, if you say so. Stamina. 100 stamina is the max stamina a person can have. It represents a person at 100%. I think my max stamina at this point is in the 50s. Well, no, not my max stamina, my default stamina. They do. It does. Noted. Poison, toxin, counts more than just damage. We'll spend the time evacuating fluids, so curled up on ground instead of attacking you. Well, wouldn't that be convenient? Only the undead, those with high regenerative powers, or those that with high pain tolerance resist this extra effect of poison and toxic. Using an antidote will provide a hidden immunity to poison and toxic for 3 turns. Would have come in handy in that last fight. Minus 10% health regen and 25% magic DOT. Chance for enemies to be stunned or knocked down. Yes. Natural regen of witches and demons, one of which we are. Plus 10% health, mana and stamina. By turn, I imagine. Okay then. Yeah, there would be. That is how you'd call that, yeah. Well, what more would you ever need? Breaking in, can't you tell? Like, if you didn't want me to be here, you could always lock the door. It wasn't locked. If you insist. No, they're asking for it. The general store. Only one way to find out. Matter of fact, they do sell better things than what we have now. Although we don't have that much money. But I do believe that a superior leather armor should be in there for us. Well, let's put it on. And considering there is not very much else, well, do I want to... Do I want to spring for a superior steel sword? Well, what else would I spend that money on? It is a straight upgrade. So much for not having anything better. See. Yes. Sometimes you are surprised. I guess that's just a lesson we can take from that. That's quite a bit, yeah. Clearly. No, it's not really. Well, don't look a gift horse in mouth. It's valuable information. So we were told. So we were told as well. Yes. Oh, poor you. Very happy we had that conversation. Yes. I'm always careful. I have learned to be careful, trying to venture into those catacombs. Oh. If that should mean something to me. Are you gonna elaborate? There we go. Yeah. That's rude. Ah. Well, she was an unpleasant person. School, she's... I should have assumed as much. Can we steal anything from those fields? I don't expect we can. And we can't. You know, if you pay attention to the writing of this game, like just the moment-to-moment dialogue writing, the author really liked the expression, that I am, that it is. He uses that a lot. I'm also probably going to point it out a lot. Yeah, what with the constant darkness and all. That is one explanation. I kind of think it doesn't really answer my question, though. I mean, I'm fairly sure plants also require light. I don't think heat alone will do it. That's fine, swimming is not something you can do in this game. Which doesn't mean that we won't be going out to sea at some point, but not by swimming. Maps, eh? Thank you for that information. In return, I'm going to steal from your wardrobe. Yeah, let's examine that map. It's it shows a lot of places, as maps are intended to do. We will be going to a great many of them over the course of this game, which will take us a while. Yes, please. The map is also very questionably useful. Like, you'll have to learn to find your way around, sort of by memory alone. Perspective change. Wow, what a productive guy. Sure. That doesn't sound like a very good bridge. And that's what we have to do. It's his job. So yeah, as we were told, no getting to Northern Katniss, the conventional way. We have to walk around. Yeah, I assumed as much. Well, let's hold on to some degree of optimism. I'm sure we'll be fine. What do we have here? Look like zombies. Now, what happens if we hit them very hard? They look pretty lost. They die. They undie. They re-die. They're defeated. They drop swords, although they are weaker than what we have already. Now I feel not quite confident in just wandering around here. Like, maybe we should at least make a token attempt to stay on the beaten path. As tempting as it is to get sidetracked, As tempting as it is. But we'll have plenty of time to do that later. Although I'm not sure we're headed in the right direction, but I think if we keep going along here, we should arrive there soon enough. Oh. A red skeleton, eh? What will magic do for us here? No, resistant against that. I don't think we are doing ourselves any favors here. But we managed to give that enemy cancer. And I think that will do a lot of work for us, won't it? I feel pretty ill-equipped for this. So I take it running is not an option. See, this is not an easy game. And treasure chests might not be as friendly as they initially appear. I think I have already equipped my equipment. Oh no, I haven't.